Hey everyone, welcome back to Jerseyboyreviews and the Villains We Trust. My name is Julian and I am your host. So today we're going to be talking about the fall movies, the movies that we have left. We only have a couple months left in the year, so I wanted to make a pretty much a list of all of my anticipated movies that are left for the year. So let's get right down to it, starting off at number 1. So we have Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. When Jake discovers clues to a mystery that spans alternate realities and times, he uncovers a secret refuge known as Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. As he learns about the residents and their unusual abilities, Jake realizes that safety is an illusion, and danger lurks in the form of powerful, hidden enemies. Jake must figure out who is real, who can be trusted, and who he really is. At number 2, we have The Magnificent Seven. This movie is pretty much a remake of the original Magnificent Seven, and I don't really have to give you guys the premise, but just knowing the cast that's on here, you should be excited and you should be, just like me, dying to see this movie, just with the all-star cast that it has. So let me run down the list real quick. Cast includes Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, Ethan Hawke, Vincent D'Onofrio, Bong Hung Lee, Manuel Garcia Rulfo, and Martin Sainsmayer. These 7 mercenaries find themselves fighting for more than money. Coming in at number 3, we have Morgan. So if you guys really like Netflix's show Stranger Things, you'll probably really get into this movie right here. So let's get right into it. A corporate troubleshooter, Kate Mara, is sent to a remote, top secret location where she is to investigate and evaluate a terrifying accident. She learns the event was triggered by a seemingly innocent human who presents a mystery of both infinite promise and incalculable danger. Coming next on the list, we have Snowden. Snowden reveals the incredible untold personal story of Edward Snowden, the polarizing figure who exposed shocking illegal surveillance activities by the NSA and became one of the world's most wanted men. He is considered a hero by some, a traitor by others. No matter which you believe, the epic story of why he did it, who he left behind, and how he pulled it off makes for one of the most compelling films of the year. And checking on through, we have The Blair Witch 3. So this is pretty much a continuation to the Blair Witch Project. The film picks up where the last 2 Blair Witch films left off, in Burkittsville, Maryland, in the woods where the filmmakers disappeared about 20 years ago. So I don't really do horror, but just because I saw the first 2, you know, I'm pretty much like already committed, so I have to see the finale pretty much. So let's get right into it. On the last one for September is going to be Cardboard Boxer. Willie, a homeless man on Skid Row, is coerced by 2 teens to fight other men for cash. Now involved in a violent world he can't understand, and with few human connections beyond the girl's diary he found, Willie struggles to find a way out. This movie looks great and I am dying to see this movie. It looks like it's going to be one of those movies that pulls on the heartstrings, so if you don't want to go in there and crying and things like that, I would avoid this movie, but just by the trailer alone, it looks amazing. So let's get right into the October movies. In October, we have Miss Hisoka. Miss Hisoka is a Japanese animated film. It's a remarkable story of the daughter behind one of history's most famous artists. It's an animated coming-of-age tale, and it looks like it's going to be great. The studio that's going to make it is Studio Pariat, who is known for their high-quality animation style. Next on our October list is called We Are X, chronicling the band's exhilarating and tumultuous history over the past 3 decades. Persevering through personal, physical, spiritual headache, the film focuses on preparations for their breathtaking concert at Madison Square Garden. So this is one of those bands that got so big in Japan that they were all like, you just got to see the trailer. It looks amazing. The trailer looks so sick. We Are X. Next on the list, we have Birth of a Nation. It is somewhat reminiscent of a 12 Years a Slave. It's also rated R, so it's going to be very gory, has adult themes, so I wouldn't take any kids to go see this movie, but it's very compelling and it looks amazing. Set against the antebellum South, Birth of a Nation follows that story of Nat Turner, who is played by Nate Parker, a literate slave and preacher, whose financially strained owner, Samuel Turner, played by Armie Hammer, accepts an offer to use Nat's preachings to subdue unruly slaves. As he witnesses countless atrocities against himself and his fellow slaves, Nat orchestrates an uprising in the hopes of leading his people to freedom. Next on the list, we have 13th. I just had to do it just because it's in my name. 13th is a documentary that's going to be streamed via Netflix only So the story chronicles the history of racial inequality in the United States, examining how our country has the highest incarceration rate in the world, with the majority of prisoners being African American. From the rebirth of the KKK to Black Lives Matter movement, the director Ava DuVernay traces the history of racism in the US and how such fear and division facilitate a system that drives such mass criminalization. This documentary was filmed in secrecy, only revealed after it's announced as the opening film for the 2016 New York Film Festival. I still haven't seen any trailers for it, so I don't know, maybe that's why it was pulled, or we still haven't seen anything for it. October is right around the corner, so and there's still no trailers. Maybe by the time I recorded this and you guys see it, maybe a trailer will be out. So yeah, this film looks wonderful, and I can't wait to see it. Next on the list is Jack Reacher Never Back Down. Jack Reacher returns to the headquarters of his old unit, only to find out he's now accused of a 16-year-old homicide. So yeah, it looks very interesting. Jack Reacher is one of those high-octane, super action. It looks like it's going to be a good time. Next on the list is pretty much one of my top 3 most anticipated films of the year, and this is The Accountant. So Christian Wolf, played by Ben Affleck, is a math savant with more affinity for numbers than people. Behind the cover of a small-town CPA office, he works as a freelance accountant for some of the world's most dangerous criminal organizations. With the Treasury Department's Crime Enforcement Division, run by Ray King, also played by J.K. Simmons, starting to close in, Christian takes on a legitimate client, a state-of-the-art robotics company where an accounting clerk, Anna Kendrick, has discovered a discrepancy involving millions of dollars. But as Christian uncooks the books and gets closer to the truth, it's the body count that starts to rise. God, I don't even know why I like these movies, but I guess because they're just such a fun time. You can turn your brain off. It's definitely a popcorn movie. So next on the list is Tyler Perry's Boo, a Madea's Halloween. So I'm not going to get into the premise of it, but you guys know what a Tyler Perry Madea movie is about. So it's just a good time. I can't wait just to watch it, turn my brain off, and just enjoy the movie. Now let's keep chugging along to November. In November, we have Bleed for This. Miles Teller stars as Vinny, the Tasmanian Devil Panzea, a local Providence boxer who shot to stardom after winning 2 world title fights. After a near-fatal car accident leaves Vinny with a severed spine, doctors tell him he may never walk again. With the help of renowned trainer Kevin Rooney, played by Aaron Eckhart, Vinny becomes a legend when he not only walks again, but miraculously returns to the ring to reclaim his title belt only a year after the accident. Next we have Moana, which I think actually comes out today. It stars The Rock as one of the voices. The ancient South Pacific world of Oceania, Mona, a born navigator, sets sail in search of a fabled island. During her incredible journey, she teams up with her hero, the legendary demigod Maui, to traverse the open ocean on an action-packed voyage, encountering enormous sea creatures, breathtaking underworld, and ancient folklore adventures. As we keep going through our November list, we have Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Based on her book, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which was inspired by the Harry Potter's Hogwarts textbooks, is a spin-off from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone from 2001. It's the first installment of the new Harry Potter spin-off franchise, which is planned as a trilogy. The protagonist of this film, named Newt Scamander, is described as a magic zoologist, which in the Harry Potter realm is a person who studies magical creatures. So if you haven't seen the trailer for this movie, definitely go out and see it. It definitely feels like Harry Potter, so definitely go give this movie a try. Next we have Doctor Strange. As our Lord and Savior Kevin Feige explains, Dr. Stephen Strange, a brilliant neurosurgeon who is a bit of an arrogant fellow, gets into a car accident and ruins what he thinks are the tools of his trade, his hands. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe version of the supernatural that involves everything from quantum mechanics to string theory, the idea of this film is to open up a whole new corner of the cinematic universe. We want to enter through Strange, the world of unparalleled dimensions. So yeah, Dr. Stephen Strange is definitely going to open up a brand new world to us in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's definitely going to bring something crazy. Let's say, like, you never know, he might bring along Blade or Wolf by Night or pretty much all of the supernatural Marvel characters that we know and love. So yeah, I'm definitely ready to see this movie. Next on the list, we have The Arrival. When mysterious spacecrafts touch down across the globe, an elite team led by expert linguist Lois Banks, played by Amy Adams, is brought together to investigate. As mankind teeters on the verge of global war, Banks and the team race against time to find answers. She will take a chance that could threaten her life and quite possibly humanity. Next on our list, we have Bad Santa 2. So this movie has definitely been due for a sequel for a long time. I think the first Bad Santa came out like, what, 10 years ago-ish, around there? So yeah, it's definitely time for Bad Santa 2, and I am definitely pumped to see this. Fueled by cheap whiskey, greed, and hatred, Willie Soak, played by Billy Bob Thornton, teams up once again with his angry little sidekick Marcus, played by Tony Cox, to knock off a Chicago charity on Christmas Eve. Along for the ride is the kid, chubby and cheery Thurman Merman, played by Brett Kelly, a 250-pound ray of sunshine who brings out Willie's sliver of humanity. So yeah, this definitely looks like it's gonna be great, and I'm so pumped to see this movie. The premise for this movie is just so utterly ridiculous that you just have to turn your brain off and just go and enjoy it. Next on the list, we have Hacksaw Ridge. Desmond Dawes, played by Andrew Garfield, who is in Okinawa during the bloodiest battle of World War II, saved about 75 men without firing a shot. Believing that the war was just about killing, he was nevertheless wrong. He was the only American soldier in World War II to fight on the front lines without a weapon. As an army medic, Dawes single-handedly evacuated the wounded near enemy lines, braved fire while tending to the soldiers, and was wounded by a grenade and also hit by snipers. He was the first conscientious objector to ever win the Congressional Medal of Honor. Now let's keep going, we're almost done, we're almost there. So let's go on to December now. So in December we have Rogue One, a Star Wars story. This movie is basically going to be a spin-off to the Star Wars films, set shortly prior to the events of Star Wars, the 1977 film. This will be a standalone 3D film following the formation of the Galactic Empire. A rogue band of resistance fighters unite for a daring mission to steal the Death Star plans. So yeah, more Star Wars, I can't wait. Next on the list we have Assassin's Creed, which actually comes out on my birthday, so I can't wait. Assassin's Creed is based on the popular video game of the same name. Through a revolutionary technology that unlocks the genetic memories, Callum Lynch, played by Michael Fassbender, experiences the adventures of his ancestor, Aguilar, in 15th century Spain. Callum discovers he is descended from a mysterious secret society, the Assassins. And he also amasses incredible knowledge and skills to take on the oppressive and powerful Templar organization in present day. So this movie has an unfair amount of pressure on it, just because we all know that video game movies don't do well at all in the box office. So this one has a lot of pressure. But Michael Fassbender is a great actor. We have a great script and a great director. This could be the new beginning right here with Assassin's Creed to launch the video game genre. So yeah, I've been playing Assassin's Creed since forever. So yeah, I can't wait. Michael Fassbender is going to be helming this film, and it looks like it's going to be amazing. I'm so pumped. Maybe this is going to be the start of the video game genre type of films. So I can't wait. This is definitely, we're on the precipice of making history. Next on the list we have A Monster Calls. This story follows a 12-year-old Connor, played by Lewis McDowell, who attempts to deal with his mother's, Felicity Jones' illness and the bullying of his classmates by escaping into a fantastical world of monsters and fairy tales that explores courage, loss, and faith. So if you haven't seen the trailer for this movie, definitely go out and see it. It looks magnificent. Liam Neeson is voicing the monster. It looks great. And now to round off our list, we have Neruda. Just a quick tidbit, this movie looks like it's going to be completely in Spanish. I don't know yet if it's going to have subtitles, so definitely if you're going to go see this movie, you're forewarned. I don't think it's going to have subs. It's definitely going to be in Spanish throughout the entire film, so you've been warned. It's 1948 and the Cold War has reached Chile. Congress, Senator Pablo Neruda, accuses the government of betrayal and is swiftly impeached by President Videla. Police Prefect Oscar Peluchim, I definitely massacred your name, I'm sorry, is assigned to arrest the poet. Neruda tries to flee the country with his wife, Delia del Carril, but they are forced into hiding. In the struggle with his nemesis, Pelucho, I'm going to just say Pelucho, Neruda sees an opportunity to reinvent himself. He plays with the prefect, leaving clues designed to make their game of cat and mouse more dangerous, more intimate. In this story of persecution, Neruda recognizes his own heroic possibilities. A chance to become both a symbol of liberty and a literary legend. So yeah, that pretty much rounds off our list, and I can't wait to see all these movies. These are all the movies that I'm freaking dying to see. My most anticipated movies of the fall. I'm also going to leave a list of them so you guys can take a look at them in the comment section, so you guys can take a look at them and watch the trailers. I'm done finally. I know it's a long video. So tell me, do you guys agree with my list, or is there some movies that you guys want to see? Tell me, what are your most anticipated movies of this fall? Also, if you guys have a second to spare, please comment, like, and subscribe. You guys can also find me on all of my social media platforms listed here, and you guys can also email me right here. So until next time, guys, thank you for sticking with me. My name is Julian, Jerseyboyreviews.
I will fulfill our destiny. Nothing will stand in our way. I will finish what you started. I'll show them the power of the dark.